ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. History made this morning as the North American, Central American and Caribbean Athletics Confederation opened its new office here in the Bahamas. Charles Fisher has the story.
First, there was the official handoff by Victor Lopez, who served as president of N.A.C.A.C for 6 years, passing the baton to newly elected president Mike Sands. And then with that, cutting by World Athletics President Lord Sebastian Coe, the North American, Central American and Caribbean Athletic Congress office is calling the Bahamas home.
For me to be here as the president of this great sport and to know that I am in a part of the world that is so fundamentally attached to our sport and with all the passions that our sport engenders is something that allows me to sleep easy at night. And I like days like this because actually, as the president of World Athletics, this is, at the beginning of a decade, my first visit to a continental association. And I can't think that there is anywhere I would rather have been at this moment than here, opening and being part of the ceremony to mark the opening of the N.A.C.A.C headquarters.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Anisha Roll, called the day historic on 3 points.
Firstly, a Bahamian sports professional and Olympian, Mr. Mike Sands, has been for the first time in the history of N.A.C.A.C successfully elected to serve the office of president. Secondly, the N.A.C.A.C office for the first time in its history has established its head office in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And thirdly, the Bahamas is proud to once again report that it maintains membership on the Council of the IAAF World Athletics Organization, one of the largest sports organizations in the world. This occasion speaks to the unequivocal fact that the Bahamas is not only accomplishing great feats on the track, but we are continuing to set records in the development of sports throughout our region and around the world.
Mike Sands, who was elected president late last year, stating like a relay, all in the region will have to work together to make this race a successful one.
North America, Central America, and the Caribbean Association family of World Athletics, who have reposed their confidence in me to lead this august body over the next several years. For the second time in the history of N.A.C.A.C, which consists of 31 member federations or countries and 4 associate members, namely the United States, Canada, all of the Caribbean, Central America, and Mexico. The headquarters is being located in an English-speaking country for the second time in its history, Jamaica being the first when Neville Teddy McCook occupied the presidency of the organization. We can assure you, Mr. President, that my council and I, and indeed all of N.A.C.A.C, will continue to support you and your council as we move forward onto new strategies and pathways forged out of the already very rich legacy of those who went before us in this noble undertaking.
A grand affair today at the Thomas A. Robertson Track and Field Stadium. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
As you would have heard, former N.A.C.A.C President Victor Lopez in town to hand over the baton, and he believes track and field in the region is still in good hands with Mike Sands now at the helm.
We have 5 candidates looking for the presidency, and Mike was able to win, I think, by 3 votes, and Mike has a lot of experience, so I am very happy that he became the president because his passion for the sport. Was an Olympian athlete, and so he knows the sport. And then the rest of the council, we have practically all of them are presidents of the different federations. So the people with knowledge, people with a lot of experience, and so I'm happy to pass the baton to this group. I'm very happy, and especially that the office is in the Bahamas. Bahamas love track and field, and Bahamas is a great place. It's easy, the access to get here, and very close to USA and to the rest of the island.
Still talking track and field, many Bahamians are wondering if the World Relays will ever call the Bahamas home again. Lord Coe addressed that matter.
Had a great period where Bahamas really helped us get the World Relays established. It was a fragile flower when we started. It's now got some really strong roots, and I'm incredibly grateful to the support that we had in the Bahamas for that. You know, I was hoping when we first came here a few years ago that this would become a permanent fixture. I understand the challenges from time to time on local communities and government purses. I was a politician, I was a minister for a short time myself. I do understand that, but you know, we love being here. The fans were enthusiastic and noisy and absolutely passionate. And this is a country that loves track and field, and what's not to like about that?
The University of the Bahamas Mingo's track and field team traveling to Indiana over the weekend for the Gene Edmonds Indoor Invitational on the campus of Purdue University. Gabrielle Shannon finishing 12th in the field of 30 competitors in the women's 400. She clocked 1 minute, 0.32 seconds.
My performance wasn't the best. I think it was a good opener to say get back in the groove of things. I still have a lot to work on, and that's what I'm prepared to do for the rest of the season.
Sandals, Emerald Bay and EXUMA playing host to the next generation of professional golfers this week. That's where we find our Kelsey Johnson.
Wait to start the 2020 golf season. Teeing off right here in beautiful EXUMA at the Bahamas Great EXUMA Golf Classic. It's the first stop on the Corn Ferry Tour, so it was just fitting to see Greg Norman walking around the Sandals property in Emerald Bay, EXUMA.
When you think about the Corn Ferry coming over here and think about what the PGA Tour does by opening doors for the next generation of great golfers to come on through, you know, all I can say is congratulations to the Bahamas, right? The Great EXUMA Classic is a prime example about how you can move golf around the world, and golf is a benefactor, and not only from an economic standpoint for the Bahamas, but it also showcased the beauty of what the Bahamas is about. So when you look at what has taken place here with the tournament, kudos to everybody, because Sandals has done a phenomenal job of positioning where we are in EXUMA in the Bahamas, and kudos to the PGA Tour for recognizing that opportunity here as well.
Norman said the tournament, which is in its third day, is a success. The designer of the 18-hole signature golf course said he was blown away when he saw the golf course on television. The Bahamas Great EXUMA Classic is being aired live on the Golf Channel. It is a PGA-sanctioned tour.
The golf course is a two-ecosystem golf course. The front nine is in the mangroves, and it's off the ocean or off the EXUMA Sound, and then obviously the back nine. Look, there are some 6 holes out there that are just actually scenically, stunningly beautiful. The turquoise water, the aqua blue waters, the combination of a lot of things that take place out there. And so from a golf perspective, the golf holes are magnificent to play, but it's also accompanied by magnificence of scenery. So from a playability standpoint, it is a tough golf course in a windy condition because it's a short golf course, but it's very, very narrow. So it tests the players.
Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
The Farmers Key Class C Regatta next up on the sloop sailing calendar. The dates are February 7th and 8th.
Certainly we expect the B.S.A.A, who is the reigning champion. Stephen Knowles is the Triple Crown winner now. He is, I guess, according to most people, the consummate sailor, skipper, and so everybody will be gunning at Stephen Knowles and the B.S.A.A. But we expect the Golden Girl out of Bucktown, EXUMA. We expect Fugitive out of Rollville. We expect Termites, the high school juniors with Dallas Sailing Club out of Georgetown. And certainly we expect the new boat that was built by Buzzy, Miss Rory, will be also in Little Farmers Key. And of course, Lady Eunice out of Black Point, Chase out of Black Point. Magic is building a new boat out of Black Point. We are not certain as yet if that's going to make it, but certainly we anticipate Magic new boat also being in Farmers Key, and King of Night and a few other boats. But we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful regatta, we believe, in Little Farmers Key, and so we're inviting the entire Bahamas to come and be a part of it.
Buddy Hield with 16 points last night on 7 of 14 shooting from the field, while going 2 of 6 from behind the three-point arc. The Sacramento Kings going down to the Orlando Magic in a heartbreaker 114-112. Kings now 15-25 on the season.
We didn't get to stop. We needed to. You know, that's how I always tell everybody. That's what the game gives you. It comes down to one play sometimes. And they made shots. We put them in the foul line a lot. You know, sometimes it be like that. Sometimes teams just get hot and they make shots. I mean, you can't do that. When we roll and we beat teams, you know, we have a good first quarter. You know, it's right. You know, they have good guys. I think that they utilize Vucevic and Fournier really well, and they had it going in the first half. The second half, we shut it down. You know, we made some adjustments, but like I said, we were up. We had a chance to close the game. We didn't close the game up. So we had to be more better in those last couple of seconds.
The St. John's College Giants junior girls basketball team have yet to play a game in the B.A.A. season. Out of the 13 private schools, only about half entered a team this year, and that's not sitting too well with Giants coach Terrence Red Eye McSweeney.
From Albuquerque in the north to Inaugural in the south, what they as principals, first and foremost, then the PE department, feel about trying to get their school to be known out there. Whether you win or lose it, let your school go out. Unlike St. John's, who reach out to a person like myself to come and help them. I'm thinking that those other 7 schools that did not, at this particular time, saw to search out for a coach to come and say, hey, let our girls go there and play. The Bahamas Scholastic Athletic Association rolling along with its basketball season over at the Hope Center. Capra and Horizon Christian Senior boys both building towards the future.
Many times early on in the season when we would have a game where it got out of hand early, we would have a tendency to just let it keep going. I'm a person, I'm happy that we've had an opportunity to go beyond that.
We got seniors on the team as well too, so the thing is they like to win as it's their last year. However, you know, we got to take whatever we can take from it, and just the bottom line, just teach them what the game is all about.
I think we're moving in the right direction. Moving forward, I think we're going to be in a good place. We have a bunch of 10th and 11th graders, so I think there's no reason for panic for me.
That's a look at sports. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.